Okay, so it seems that this post has recently been blowing up in the VTuber community. Now, this has been a pretty insane one because there's been a lot of mixed reactions to this. Now, this is a post from someone called HeyImBee. Now, if you don't know who HeyImBee is, essentially, they used to be pretty involved with, at least from what I know them as being involved with the whole like Fits gang and people like that, like Swagger Souls, people like that. Used to hang out with them on their streams and stuff. I haven't seen them on there for a while, but again, that is essentially what I know them from. Obviously, you might know them from something else. And also they do make that kind of content, so you probably have seen maybe that as well if you kind of watch that kind of stuff. Anyways, essentially, yeah, this post essentially came out the other day saying, I'm a VTuber, by the way, and obviously it is just a picture of them. And yeah, I mean, people have been not very happy about this, and also some people have also been defending them about this because, again, if we take a look at their account, a lot of it doesn't seem like there is many VTuber qualities to it. Now, obviously, people like GamerSup's been put in W. A lot of people have been very supportive. But, if you go on to this post, this was another post which kind of blew up off the back of this saying, whatever happened to the days of VTubers not doing this? The only thing you used to know about a VTuber is their model and their voice. Now every skank, hoe, and slut possible comes into VTubing because they know it's popular and just put a thought post day in and out is garbage. Now, obviously, yeah, I can understand where they aren't super happy about this. Now, again, I think that the whole like puritist, kind of whole VTubers should never be seen and we should never know what they look like and things like that. I don't think that's, the best way to go about it. I think every different VTuber has their own thing. If they don't want to show themselves at all, that's totally fine. If they want to involve their IRL face in, in there a little bit, then that's totally fine too, right? I think obviously there's a lot more stricter rules for stuff like corpo VTubers who maybe aren't allowed to show their face and stuff as much. And obviously if you're an indie VTuber, well, you can do whatever the hell you want because you are literally your own creator. And I think people getting annoyed at that, are quite frankly a little bit dumb, right? But I do think obviously there has been this, resurgence of a lot of people going over to VTubing, obviously to promote the certain websites and things like that, which obviously this seems like it is. This post does seem like it is, right? There's a lot of VTuber fans who will see this, will see probably their recent posts and go, oh, hey, they're a VTuber, and then maybe they'll sign up to their Fansly or something like that, which again, I think is pretty insane. Obviously, a lot of people as well have been, replying, saying, all right, let's get one thing straight. I didn't call any of you by name when I said all of that. Why are you assuming that I meant you? Ain't that just a self-report? What is wrong with you people? Say, hey, what's wrong? You buzzers running out of insults. Insults doesn't do any damage. And obviously, a lot of people saying, if this is bait, you should teach a class on engagement. If it isn't, it really shows that humanity is becoming way too comfortable now. They really have time to care about this. And as I said, I'm assuming you're alone, emasculated, insecure, and your father sees you as the disappointment of a man. Which obviously, yeah, a lot of people have not been happy with this response to it. And I can understand why they're not happy, because I think that, I think VTubers can do whatever they want. They can set up, those kind of websites and things, whatever they want, right? There's many popular VTubers who do that. But I think obviously a lot of people, have also, been saying the same thing as well, saying fancy detected, opinion invalidated, which, people have been very mad about this. This has also been another popular post which came out from someone called Pomato Master. Essentially, they said, used to be a facecam streamer, got tired of coming from school and having to spend 1 hour putting on makeup before I could stream RuneScape, became a VTuber, problem solved. Anonymity isn't the only reason that people start VTubing. It's not that complicated, which, yes, I do think is actually true, to be honest. I think that a big part of VTubing isn't only because they don't want to show their face or they have some big, secret thing behind the scenes, right? I think also it is, due to the fact of some people can't be bothered to get ready for a stream, and being a VTuber is pretty easy. I'm pretty sure there's been some famous quotes in the past of different VTubers just say like, I'm sat here like half naked at the moment and I'm just streaming, right? Because again, they don't have to, dress up or anything. They don't have to, particularly get ready for a stream. All they need to do is make sure the camera is pointing at their face to kind of track it, and that's about it, right? And that is literally the only thing that they need to do. And I mean, that is just, a much easier way of streaming, a much easier just kind of sit down and go kind of way of streaming than, as they say, getting ready, putting on makeup and doing all this kind of stuff, especially, for women that are streaming, right? But also at the same point, people have also provided rebuttals to this, saying stuff like, no one forced them to do 1 hour makeup routines. You could just not do it. I think the bigger conversation about how VTubing has been infested with failed ethods who couldn't compete in the other main groups is a valid convo. It's very similar to the issue of the hot tubers over on Twitch, which I do think is kind of true. I think they are talking a little bit of sense there. I think there is a lot of people who have either failed in the kind of, main space, and they're kind of switching over to being a VTuber, which, to be honest, as you know, VTubing is, for everybody. So I think that, if they want a chance of doing that, I think that's totally okay. But I want them to be fully committed to doing it rather than, kind of dipping into the VTuber community, pretending for a little bit and then going out again, right? That's the only thing that I think a lot of people would be kind of upset by, right? And yeah, many people have been discussing that. And so people say, could Ninoi have worded it better? Sure, but he ultimately brings up an actual thing. Being a sophomore whining about makeup routines doesn't make you look smart. Anonymity is the primary and main reason people turn to VTubing. Other reasons are secondary to that. Just because you did for some asinine reason doesn't make the statement false. Otherwise, we would have had the Terminator Segway Brigade at the cons. Yes, I tied it to another valid issue to discuss. And obviously, yeah. A lot of people say, lol, if you think a woman's success isn't highly influenced by her looks, you're either lying or delusional. Said there are quite a few VTubers who are very successful without showing their face or IRL self. For example, I don't think IMUS ever has, nor Zen, but more so the people in the original post literally only post IRL photos on their timeline. I scrolled a long while before, which, yeah, I think is the main point that people are bringing up here. So if you actually go to their account, obviously I can't really scroll through all of this because, as I said, they have a certain website, and I probably would get banned if I was to go through it a little bit further. But as you can see here, they have obviously been posting about their VTuber stuff recently. Literally within the past like 48 hours or so, they've been posting about it. And also they posted this thing saying, damn, this got controversial now. I've been a VTuber on and off, again, on and off, for nearly 7 to 8 years. My new model is under the works. Debut is next month. I love expressing and animate. I love how expressive and animated I can be using a model. I'm hoping I'm not hopping on some bandwagon. I literally can cam on using my yeah, I'm not going to say that for more viewers, but I don't sometimes. Yeah, I might do VTubing differently for showing my face, so scroll past. Emails, I don't even know what to say. This is okay, bye. And yeah, I do understand that, to be honest. I do understand the fact that, hey, a lot of VTubers, they do show off their face and stuff, and if people have a problem with that, I do think that, people shouldn't get so mad about it. I think they're allowed to do whatever they want, and if you don't like it, then just don't watch it, right? I think, that is totally a, okay thing to do, but obviously, whenever we look into their Twitch as well, and exactly what they've been streaming, you can see only within the past, 5 days, maybe that's like 2 months ago, and they didn't use anything there. It seems like recently they've been using some kind of PNG model, and again, there isn't actually any VTuber model there. Obviously, she says that she's been streaming on and off as a VTuber for 7 years, right? But I haven't actually seen any kind of proof of a actual VTuber model being there. So again, I wouldn't really consider you as a kind of VTuber if you don't have a model yet, right? I think you could be an up-and-coming VTuber 100%. I think yet now you can be an up-and-coming VTuber. I think, sure, that's totally fine. You can join the community. I think a lot of people would accept you over in the community if you obviously provide to it and, are nice in it, right? But I do think at the same time, saying that you've been a VTuber on and off for 7 to 8 years without really any kind of, I haven't seen any kind of proof of a VTuber model or a previous VTuber model, right? I think that, that is pretty crazy. But again, obviously, I think they are totally allowed to, join and, whatever, become a VTuber if that's what they really want to do. And if that's what they're kind of, I guess, like dedicated to doing, because again, that's okay. You can do that. That's fine. We always accept more people into the community. But I think the thing that people are worried about is the fact that only in the past couple of days or so, we've seen some kind of, I guess, shift towards VTubing over IRL content, right? Obviously, there is still IRL content there, but this is the time that we've seen a shift over there, which I think has then caused people to think, is she doing this just for a couple of weeks to obviously boost some clicks to her links? or is this actually a genuine kind of, hey, I'm joining the community, and yeah, that's something that I want to do full time, which I think, yeah, is 100%, you know, if they want to join and they want to, you know, kind of, you know, get on VTubing and stuff and stick with it and do it, I think that's absolutely great, because I know that she doesn't stream with facecam anyways. I think, you know, previously I've just seen a little PNG thing in the corner. I've never really seen any kind of VTubing or anime style thing. Right, but again, if they do want to switch over to VTubing, that could be a really good option, because I know that she doesn't stream with facecam that often, right? But I think that at the same time, I can understand why people are concerned about, obviously, people coming over to the space and using it to essentially, yeah, farm for clicks, farm for kind of people coming over to their pages. And yeah, I do understand the kind of frustration that people might have with people doing that. But again, I think it's just a matter of time with, you know, the HeyImBee situation, because it's just a matter of time to see whether they stick with it. You know, if they eventually, you know, go away and just go and do other stuff and, you know, never really follow up on any of the VTuber stuff, then I think there is a cause to be, you know, outraged and things. But for now, I think all you should do is keep an eye out for obviously what is coming up, and you know, support them if they do genuinely believe that they want to become a VTuber and you know, go down that route. Then I think that is totally fine. You know, there's many people that have shown their IRL faces that have become a VTuber, you know, before, you know, even having any kind of interest in it, which I think, you know, they are also very, very much accepted too. And yeah, it seems like they are having a debut on December. I don't know if that's 2025 or 25th of December. I'm assuming not 25th, seeing as that's Christmas, but again, maybe, you never know. But it seems like, yeah, in December we will see some kind of debut. So again, go and support them for now. And I think that obviously, yes, if they, you know, turn out to not really be that dedicated to the community, then sure, I think people can start to worry a little bit. But for now, I don't think they mean any kind of bad intentions by it. And yeah, I mean, I think the attacks on her are pretty stupid, to be honest. And some people, yeah, just need to chill out a little bit and not worry about what every other person is doing, because I think this is one of these cases where, yeah, essentially, you know, if you don't like this kind of content, you don't like this creator or whatever, sure, that's totally fine. But, you know, no one is forcing you to watch it. No one is forcing you to stick around. So again, you can go and watch something else if that's, you know, not what you really like, right? But again, that's about what I got for this video. If you guys did enjoy it, then don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. Also, go to GameSubs, use my code Kazak, get 10% off. Again, they've got a ton of really cool stuff over there. Definitely recommend checking it out. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. That's all. See ya.